Hello, everybody. We're alive and doing a little bit
Hey,
of Starfinder. Everybody say hi.
hello, hello. Bobby's here. Let's stop hearing. Bobby.
Awesome.
Hello.
Alright, so we have sound. We're good to go.
There it is.
See if I can turn myself up a little bit because it looks like I'm a little soft. There it is. Alright. Nope, I cannot. Okay.
You sound good on headphones, though.
Okay, good.
You sound excellent on headphones.
Cool. Alright, so when last you guys we left off, we pull the map back up. You all had worked your way through the bottom half of this building. Why is this being weird? Hold on. Close. Open. There we go. Alright, so you had worked your way through the bottom half of the buildings, and then the entranceway ran into a hologram that was mean to you. Then you moved into the next room where a bunch of shades and cultists were. The hologram was there again and was trying to do stuff to you guys again. Then you went up across the hallway into a opening for a room, and there were some bunch of people in there, more cultists, and as you were fighting them, the other door opened and these people came out from there and were fighting you as well. Killed everybody. Still had the shade with you, and that is where we left off. Is there anything you guys wanted to add to my quick little recap?
Nope.
Alright, so the whole purpose for you to be being here is to find out what the Cult of the Devourer knows and what they're doing here. This is the only planet around within the 12 suns that had any kind of life. So hopefully you're looking for clues as to what your next steps are and what the cultist's next steps are. The control room to the south, where you guys had been in, did show the interior of all the planets and the different workings and the different goings on with the robots and such at each of the different planets, but no real clear indication exactly how to trigger the return of the stellar generator, which is what the cultists were looking for. Looks like they still haven't been able to figure that out yet. And that's where we stand. Atomic Hero Squad is in the house.
Hey.
There we go. Don't forget to check him out if you haven't already every weekday morning. Streams a bunch of different stuff. He was last doing Roller Champions, a new game he had just started on Friday. I was watching him start that. Sort of like a roller derby-esque. If you guys have seen the movie with Akita Warrior Angel, I think it's called. They play
Battle Angel.
Yeah, the Battle Angel. They play a game on skates with a hoop and a ball. They roll to get the ball into that hoop. This is pretty much Roller Champions is pretty much exactly that same thing.
I saw that movie last week.
Nice. It's a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. I hope they do a follow-up because they definitely left it where they could. Anyway, that is Atomic. And so let's. We are doing Dawn of Flame. There's the characters. Nope, this is not Dawn of Flame. This is Dead Suns. My bad. That's the ones if you want to learn about tonight's characters. And we'll start with a quote. Nice. Alright, so The dust is settling as the last gasps from the last cultist collapsing as you're standing there in a hall with your gun still smoking. What would you like to do? You have not actually entered or beyond more than 5 feet. The rooms, you have not searched them to the north and stuff like that.
Yeah, we gotta do some searching.
I don't have the map. Spin.
I remember correctly, some of those little things up at the top right there were burning. But we can still examine stuff in here. A lovely thing.
Did you get the map?
Yeah.
Sorry. What?
Alright, so tokens are unlocked. If you want to move around, let me know what you want to do.
Okay. I think we should do some searching around, right? If everything is all clear. We are right next to the room to the northeast, so might as well check that out first. Just the one we had that big fire in. We set some incendiary bombs or something. Am I thinking of something
There were
different?
several different grenades that were thrown in there from cultists and from, I think even Bible got a couple in there, or one or two.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. All right, so we're gonna check it out. Look around.
And here is the experience for both of those fights. Bringing it that much closer to 11.
I'm going to check these things out along the northern wall.
A couple of them crisp-eyed there in the corner. There we go, coming in tight. Oh, there we go, much better.
Right, so if you will remember, there was a Isoki who was working on stuff. Here is the nice little shot of the fight
You're welcome.
Right.
Now go away.
that happened in that room. She had converted some maintenance bots into fighting robots, and then she herself was fighting you as well.
Oh.
And so she has sort of converted this into sort of like a rat's nest, in the sense that there's, a bunch of tools here and there, things stacked up, pieces and parts scattered around. There is some sort of loose organization, but not being privy to her mindset, you're not really sure what that controlled chaos is all about. So when you're searching, go ahead and give me some perception checks in the tower.
Okay. Perception checks in the tower. We're gonna need to take a moment to hold on.
All right, And as you guys are
Yeah,
doing
it's all
that, what
semi-auto.
are you doing with the shade?
No see?
Yes, it's your
Talk about no
shade.
see the shade. Um, let's see where is it? There it is over there. I think it's worthwhile to hang on to, if we're going to continue to go exploring. So I'll just say, why don't you hang here till we finish? Just hang here till I need you or something, right? I'm not familiar with how to handle a shade, so I'm just guessing.
They will pretty much stand there until you tell them what to do.
Okay, that's cool then. Perfecto.
Alright, so with those rolls
Yeah.
that you made, Serena, you are able to find 2. Where'd it go? Here it is. High capacity Kishaley batteries. In the little closet
Okay.
down there in the southeast.
Okay.
They will need to be converted, but that's something that Fivel has already done, so he can easily convert them to standard batteries as well.
Yes, I agree. Batteries are something that I'm not low on, but I like to have a lot more for no seats particularly. And let's see what else we got here. So yeah, I'll pick them up. We'll use them for to convert anything that we need to over to something else.
Other than that, as you're looking through the room, you see that most of the stuff
Batteries.
of use was being used by her. Let me see if they have anything. She also had a drone, if you'll remember, being a mechanic. Here we go. So she had some gear. So I'll throw that in the party sheet. She herself, Fivel, you're able to find, she has a cred stick on her.
Oh, that's right.
That has 2,500 credits on it. Then she has a knife, some small rounds. Actually, she has a semi-automatic advanced pistol, which I think is the same exact thing Nosy has, if I'm not mistaken, level 7. A tactical knife, which is like really... Oh, it's also level 7. Okay, that's not bad. Anyway, and then Essex suit, which has an electrostatic field and a sonic dampener. If you wanted to remove them, you could put them on another any set of armor that has an upgrade. You could put that in there.
Okay. Cold knife tactical. So archaic. I have an archaic survival knife, which is level 1. Okay, yeah. Let's get rid of that. Holy shit balls. So Serena will trade out her survival knife and take that one. So do I move it over to the...
You said Serena? Okay.
Yeah, Serena. Grab it, move it over there. See if that worked. It did. And I grab a new one. Is that it? Nope, that's it. See if that works. Did it work? It didn't work. Oh, there it is. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. I did the wrong thing. It's my mistake. There it is. Ha! Okay. So there's no setup for a technical knife in my actions, whatever, but that's not really important right now.
Once you equip it, it will then show up. So
Okay.
on your inventory page, change the symbol to a little shirt in the circle, and that will indicate that it's equipped.
It's equipped. Okay, it's equipped, yep. actions. There is a technical. Okay, so it automatically puts it in there. Huh. Wow, that's pretty good. 2 plus 5. Okay, and then let's see. Small arms rounds. Yeah, we need those. So, I don't know where 5 is, whatever, but I know Serena and Nosy need more rounds. Okay, knife. Get more
I don't think Serena uses small arms rounds. She uses batteries and the heavier stuff. I know Nosy does.
Oh, yeah. Nosy, I'm sorry. Yeah, Nosy definitely. She needs bullets. She has... Yep, everything she has is battery powered. Which is, I didn't realize. Okay, yeah, so let's go with... I'll just grab them and put them into her gear. So let's see. So for using batteries, I need to change the numbers, right? So I got batteries, we got rounds. Rounds is over here.
Rounds, you can just change. Rounds, you can change the numbers. Yes.
Change the number. Okay, cool. So I'll just change it now.
Small arms.
It was 20.
I'll delete those. Okay. But the batteries, like I said, he has to spend some time repurposing them because they are archaic right now. So it'll be an hour each in the ship, or if you try to do it like now without a tech thing, it would probably take several hours if you could do it at all. But anyway, the point is you can't use them until he does that.
Semi-auto pistol.
Once you got to get back to the ship, then that'll be a non-issue.
Okay. So I have the same semi-auto pistol then as the one that's in here then. Exactly the same, actually.
Probably. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
Yep, so that's what I said. Okay, cool. Alright, so no upgrades there needed. The exosuit sonic dampener. Electrostatic field. Oh, that's an actual thing? Or is it something you wear?
It is attached as an augmentation to her armor. The sonic dampener gains 5 resistance to sonic damage.
Okay.
And it reduces your stealth check penalty by 1. So in other words, it makes it easier to sneak around. The electrostatic field gives you electricity resistance. And anybody that touches you or deals damage with a melee weapon gets zapped.
Oh, let's go with that. So I also have I have some sonic things too. I have a sonic thunderstrike pistol.
Right. So when you were hitting,
which I think is funny. So that kind of makes funny that time. Resistant, and I'm throwing it out.
Right.
Yeah, if I can do that, let's do that. If nobody else is doing anything else with it, people.
So that will take 10 minutes. Well, it would depend on the roll you make, but again, that would be removed from one set of armor and inputted if you have the upgrades into your armor. Who was it that was looking to do it?
Nosy.
Alright, so let's check out your armor. Inventory. Alright, so your armor you have is Squad Hardlight Series. And it has 4 upgrade slots. Okay, yep, so that's not a problem. Alright, so I'm going to make a note. Note C. Sonic damper. You want them both?
What do you mean? Is there more than one?
There's a sonic damper and the electrostatic field. Those are 2 different items. Armor upgrades.
Oh, it shows here as one. Okay. Yeah, if I can get both, that'd be great. So I'm just not impinging upon my mystic abilities or some other weird side effect.
Alright, so I'll get that added in for next time. Alright. So that's all that you guys were able to find. Firewall was able to loot the bodies. The robots themselves don't really have anything of use. And the rest of the place appears to be empty.
Okay, I'm gonna move on to the next door then. Next room. Saturday. Okay, so Sven, are you taking care of the other things you just said about Noshi's equipment?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Alright, so Firewall, as you come in,
All right, next room up. Yep.
see that there's a
Sorry,
door
I
over
didn't
to the
interrupt.
east, leading to a little opening to, opening to the east and a doorway to the west. And you see there's an oddly shaped desk. There's pretty much everything else that's here. There's dust and stuff from what had collected here. Looks like people have been destroying things and breaking things, and those pieces and stuff are scattered across the floor.
Okay. Noshi will hang here to just keep a watch on things. This time. Just a moment. In time.
Alright, so Firewall, you see on the desk there, there are a couple of go ahead and give me an engineering check. Two little strange triangular things.
Ooh.
And a couple more batteries, but these are not high capacity, they're regular batteries. Let me check something real quick. Images. What's wrong button? Images.
I have a question about high capacity batteries.
Okay.
Are there any drawbacks to having them? I mean, if we wanted to say, let's say, switch over everything we could to higher capacity, is there a disadvantage to having that?
Some devices do not accept them.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
No encumbrance, no weirdness, or...
Nope, they take longer
Okay,
to charge
cool.
if they're empty.
Right.
Alright, so with your 23, you think it's some sort of comm unit, but you're not really sure exactly how it works. Let me take
I can take a look at it. That's what I can offer.
okay.
Hey, check that thing out. Electronics. Here we go. 1 second. Electronics. Where did I find electronics? I don't have electronics. I don't have electronics. I have engineering.
Okay, engineering.
My
then.
science is.
Go for it.
Wow, that's done. Can I choose another one? How about acrobatics?
No, 2 and a 4 is not going to be enough for you guys to figure these out. Yeah, you're not even sure what they are, but Firewall is able to determine they are some sort of comm unit. There's 2 of them. Let me check with Zerail. See what her skills. I vaguely remember her. Nope, she does not have engineering either. Okay. She does not have computers either. Okay. And never mind.
Let's see. No, she does. She's high in computers, actually.
Yeah, this would be
She's level
engineering
6. Right.
because they are.
I know, but I'm just saying. Engineering, she's also level 7. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Nope. We are not destined to figure out what these things are.
All right, so
Serena's like, I'm putting them in my null. I'm putting them in my null space bag. How about that? Just for fun, because this is a conundrum we must figure out. So for fun, I'm putting it in the null space bag for Serena.
I'm putting them in the. Let me see what it says. As you find them here, gear in the party sheet. All right, so hold on. There shouldn't be 3 of them. What's this? Essex knife. So, oh, the batteries. All right, so you guys do know what the batteries are. There we go. Here's that.
The items I found on the desk I would like to take.
That. Alright, so you found the regular Kishley batteries, and then these 2 communication devices, but you're not sure how they work. Let me go ahead and fix.
You want to put them in your null space bag if you have one.
So,
Otherwise, I'll put them in Serena's.
unit. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I'll give that to 50.
Yeah.
50. Boom.
Parker.
Just waiting for Fancy Man to catch up. There we go. Alright, so they are in your inventory. Alright, so it looks to be everything in this room. Let me double check and make sure I'm not missing anything. Correct. Yep, that's everything. Did you guys want to take your 10-minute break? Get some of your fatigue back?
Yes, please. Yeah, Serena needs a rest.
50 and Nosy really don't need it, but Serena and Zoe
I'll do it anyway.
Rest. Short rest. There we go.
So I use one of my things
So
to do that. Correct.
if you want to, so on the main page, you just click Stan, the one in the middle, and it gets rid of all your resolve. Aura gets half her hit points back during that rest.
I keep forgetting I have these X-ray specs on. This X-ray thing on. Can I see through the walls with it? Sven?
And which wall are you trying to see through?
This one over here. This one.
There's a door there.
I have X-ray visor on.
Alright, so let me double check. You can see through the door for sure, and there's a little half hallway closet in there. Thank you.
Yeah. I don't know if you'll like it because it's been seasoned, but hey, it's just got cheese and meat. Parker, come here.
Just a second here. Double checking to see exactly. It has specs on there. since I've looked at them. So here we go. So it says on there that 2 feet of wood or plastic, 1 foot of stone, 2 inches of common metal, 1 inch of lead or star metal. And you can only see in black and white.
Those are the things he can see through?
Yes.
Wow. That's insane. It's pretty cool, dude.
It does use up 1 battery charge per round. So every 6 seconds it uses up a battery charge, and it has 40. So basically, that's 320 seconds, like 5 minutes. So basically, you have about 5 minutes before you have to change out to another high capacity battery. Now, this thing, since it was originally officially, it's really up to you whether or not, as you were converting it, if you wanted to convert it to the modern batteries or to stick with the Kishali batteries, because you do have several Kishali batteries.
We'll just say I left it the way it was. I just converted it where I could wear it.
Alright, so let me go ahead and give you these Kishali batteries, since they're high capacity, and that's what it needs anyway.
Ooh. Nice. So does that mean, like, if you're not in combat, it's second thing?
If she's not in combat, it lasts 5 minutes,
Right. Okay.
and then the battery dies. It uses up magic and battery to power it. It's a hybrid device.
Right, but I mean, if we're not in combat, you're still going by the combat units of 6 seconds.
Right, because that's 1 round per charge. 1 charge per round, whatever.
Right.
Alright, so
Okay, cool.
yeah, so you're able to look through here, and then you cannot see through the second wall.
I can see into that room.
Into the little closet, yeah. Bathroom or
going
closet or whatever
I'm
your
going off then.
imagination wants to determine it is. That's a wall, so you can't go through the wall.
That's not a door there?
You can go into here, but that side slanty thing.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, I got you. So, I'm gonna look around while I'm in there.
Yep. So that was part of your search from before. There's nothing of interest in here. Just dust, and
Okay.
they broke whatever they could break.
Alright.
Some scratching on the walls, and other than that, nothing of use.
I'm gonna go out in the hallway.
We're following you around.
Yeah, I know.
We're all following. Come on. Okay, so, let's see. Serena will hang in the hall this time. No, she will come and check out. Or can we only get there through these doors? Doors? Let's see.
Correct. There's only one door into the next. The only room we have not looked at yet.
That would be this one in the top left hand.
We have to go back through the room, right? Okay, let's see that door. What about the upper, I mean, the most northwest room has not been searched, correct, or not?
Yes, this room right here has not been.
Right. Okay. So no, she's going to go in to help you out. No.
No.
What was the reason why this thing was blocked off again? Like,
two different rooms.
That is a wall. You cannot go through that gray part.
Oh,
right
it's a
there.
wall. Okay, so why is there little mini closets?
Yes.
Right here.
Right.
Oh, I thought that went downstairs. That was my mistake.
It does. There's steps that lead down into this room, just like the other ones in the opposite corner.
Okay. All right, we'll look around. She's got some stuff here, so. Okay.
All right. So as you guys come in here, this large chamber is only lit with this blue. Okay, hold on, guys. Goodness sakes.
Okay, sorry.
You come in and there's this only one monitor that's across. It's lit. The rest of the room is dark, unlike the rest of the building you've been in. There's a circular platform again. You guys recognize it as a hologram projector, similar to the two you've already seen. This one doesn't appear to be on, and you can see outside a window, but it's obscured by all the plants and stuff from the jungle, and so there's very little light coming through this window over here.
She has no flashlight.
The computer that's lit, the terminal that's on is over here.
Okay, so Serena has a flashlight.
I don't think I need it.
Yeah. I see. No, she also probably can see too. Let's see. Nope. Oh, wait a minute. She has blind sense 30 feet. That means that what? What's blind sense mean again?
Blind
She
sense
can be
what? There
blinded
should be a
easily.
blind sense comma or something. If there's no
30.
C, if no C, it's through her antenna, so you can feel vibrations and movement through your antenna.
Oh, okay.
Of things
All right.
that are within 30 feet of you, even if you were in complete black or blindfold.
Okay. So both Zarel and mostly can't see anything in here other than the dimness. So enough
it's
light
very
to
dim
stumble
here.
over to.
You can see enough to make out shapes and stuff. But like I said, there's a little bit of sun, not direct sunlight, but a little bit of light coming through the window, and there's one big terminal where Fievel is lit up.
Okay. So maybe I'll check out the one at the bottom if I can.
Please. Go. What?
So everything here is Kishali as well.
Okay.
Okay. She speaks Kishik. Okay, Kishik. Kishali. It's in her notes, I think.
So the tokens are unlocked again. Fievel, you see everything on that computer is in a language you don't understand.
Yeah, she knows archaic Kishaline, so she can read most of the stuff probably. So, Viable, if you need me to read anything, I can meander around it and read. Shall I join you?
I could just start pushing buttons. Let's see what
Let's
happens.
read first, okay? Let's just read first, okay? Alright, she's gonna read some stuff. Gotta read some stuff. Getting teaching some stuff.
Alright, so go ahead and give me. So if Nosi's helping, then that'll overcome the minus you get for the language.
Okay.
What is Nosi's bonus to computers?
Bonus is plus 14.
Fievel, are you trained
roll
in
die.
culture?
No.
I am heavily trained in culture.
Alright, so Fievel, go ahead and give me a plus 2 to your computer rolls because Nosi's helping.
30, 35.
All right. So as you're working through it together, you determine that there was a countermeasure. It would have set off an alarm had you failed to access it.
Nice. Nice.
Alright, and so you hit a button and all the lights come on, and the platform in the center of the room flickers to life, and holograph appears. This one is different though. You see from the Kish that you have interacted with before, you noticed that the Kish you guys had seen on the other two holographic stations were male, whereas this one is female. It looks like they're dressed in some sort of scientific, like lab type gear, but also with a mix of like military rank insignias on it and things. And as she comes online, she sees you all sitting there and sort of reaches out to you and starts speaking. And you know that she's greeting you, but she seems somewhat excited, or like she's really trying she's trying to talk with some urgency, trying to get you to, trying to communicate with you. And so,
but unable to.
You understand a little bit.
Okay.
That she's trying to talk to you, but it's hard to follow what she's saying. She's talking so fast. You're not sure you understand everything she's talking about. Something about another person. She's talking about another person. She's not. So, Five-O, what are you doing as this happens? You get the power back up, and this creature starts trying to talk to you.
I guess I'm just standing there looking like, hey, I don't understand what you're saying.
Okay. Nosy?
See if I can see if I speak to see if she'll hear me or notices that I'm speaking. Or if she's just hearing silence as well. And I will indicate to try
speaking.
I'm trying to say to slow down a little bit. Just saying, can you understand me? And then slow down. You understand? Don't understand. Speak English.
Okay. You're talking common as well. So she pauses for a minute, and you see different scanners and things happen. And as she's scanning you and your equipment and letters and things, and she then her voice, timbre of her voice shifts a little bit. It's a little bit more robotic, and she starts talking again. This is in common. He has gone mad. His programming had degenerated. He kept raving about something called the Star Eater. I can find him due to these critical errors, but now he is out, and I am in here. He and those, she's sort of gesturing around her, he and those who helped him must be stopped. From the way you are dressed, I assumed you aren't familiar, you aren't allied with these cruel marauders. Please tell me you aren't with them.
You're not with them. Definitely. Oh, that's right.
Alright, so I have some questions.
That's right, I forgot about
So to save you all the struggle. Here are some of the questions. What would you like to ask her?
Okay, let's see.
And Serena, are you staying out there or are you coming in?
Well, I'm assuming that that they would be telling me something in communicator, so I'm assuming I'm going to come in.
Okay.
Saying something, right? So,
Alright, so we'll start with Bible. Is there something from that list you would like her to answer?
No, I'm gonna ask her who's gone mad.
Alright, so his name is Eltreth. We have operated here for millennia, keeping this place functional and its terrible secret hidden until a couple of centuries ago. Without warning, he began to display signs of instability and critical errors. He became convinced that he was the tool of some being called the Devourer. I believe it just to be some sort of manifestation of the degrading of his programming, and so I shut him away and sequestered him to these servers here before he could do any other damage. I'd hoped that I could repair him given time, but what's happened recently has changed my mind. Nosy?
You say, how do we stop Elrith and the desperate hunger? Take some notes on this one.
Well, I fear that the desperate hunger will be stopped by nothing short of death. Even though it pains me to say so, I must trap Eltreth again and destroy his programming for good. What I thought was just some degradation is just it's corruption, and it's this devourer has some sort of power that I don't understand. But if you know of any other way, please tell me.
Okay.
Alright, so Zorael will ask who she is. My name is Osteth. I was once one of the many Kishalese scientists who were here and were monitoring this whole system and protecting it. Long ago, I, like you, had a regular physical form, but we knew that it too would die soon. So, another engineer and I, Elteth, created a digital versions of ourselves, and that is why we are here as custodians for eternity, watching and monitoring the system and protecting it from those like these terrible cultists.
Okay, so just as an aside then, guys, makes sense that we wouldn't want to try to rescue her because she's doing a job that she's desires to do, and it's important. Correct?
Correct.
Do you agree?
This is what she does. She's here to protect it, and so was the other guy, but Eltreth. But something happened. The Devourer somehow corrupted his programming, and now he is trying to release the Devourer and working with.
So
the
we need to
cultists.
find him. Right. Okay.
And she thinks he cannot be saved, although she hopes maybe you guys might know some way to save him, but she doesn't know of any short of deleting his programming.
Kill him. Right.
All right, 5-0.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask her, how do we free her? Free you?
I just said, dude, we shouldn't free her. She's doing a job. That's what she wants
Hold
to do.
on,
And
is this your character or mine?
no, I'm asking. I'm telling you.
I'm just asking a question.
You're part of our team. So we're all part of the team.
Just a second here. Alright, so it says. Where's the third one? Oh, right, so here's the updated list. Alright, so how do we free you? Well, you aren't able to do that from here. You must access the sequestering subprogram from the main operations room. And at this, you see another a map pop up, and it shows the building you're in a 3D hologram, and it shows the room where all the shades were, where you grabbed and you picked up the shade. If you go here, then you should be able to exchange my core programming and that with Eltreth. But be careful, because he has probably installed some countermeasures. So she is locked in this room, whereas Eltreth has range of the other two holographic projectors and the rest of the computers, whereas she's sequestered herself in here. So one, he can't get in here, but she can't go out. So if you guys go back to the other room, you might be able to free her and let her have access
Control
to
of the room.
Right.
So we're not really taking her away from her, what she...
Right. Yep.
Her purpose, yeah.
She's still be in this building, but right now she's only in this room. And with the computer systems that are here, like I said, she builds a computer wall to protect these computers, but it also stops her from getting out to the other side of the room. Alright, so that was how do we free you. Nosy?
What is the secret, terrible secret you mentioned?
Alright, so Zerael is going to say, what can you tell us about Eltreth? And she said, she responds, we have been here for millennia, as I mentioned. We keep this place functional and its terrible secret hidden. Again, until a couple 100 years ago. Then, without warning, he began to show signs of instability and kept popping up with these critical errors. He became convinced that he was the tool of this being called the Devourer. And so you ask, what is the secret? Well, many millennia ago, my people were locked in a war with a race called the Civs. After decades of fighting, they fashioned a device of cosmic destruction that was known as the Stellar Degenerator. They sought to use it to bring the Keshali extinction, kill us all. But we captured the weapon before it could be activated, and that allowed us to win the war. We studied their weapon and learned much from it. We only used it once. It was in self-defense, mind you, but the result was an atrocity that we could barely live with. So we created the Gate of the 12 Suns, this star system right now where you find yourself. And we built it to protect and to hold the weapon so that none could ever use it again. And they have a part that shouldn't be here. There we go. Boink. So you knew most of that already. This is more of a reminder of what you guys had already seen. You actually have seen visions and of the destruction when they fired the weapon.
Okay.
Alright, so let's see. Dang it. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, so what is left is these.
Do you need?
Boink.
What are on the other planets hasn't been asked.
So, Five, what was your conclusion from? Should we move her to the other room? We're leaving her here. Are we trying to make her incorporeal? Yes.
I
Alright,
think
so
we
those
should
other-
try to get her on the other computer.
Okay. And we had
Or
those
not.
instructions, right?
Oh, you did how do we free you already, so it's just those 3 questions. Alright, so 5-0.
What's on the other planets?
Each of them holds a small device deep within it to monitor the gravitational pulses that come from each of the cores. When my people were still alive, some of the scientists constructed laboratories in these facilities, but I don't have a need for them, so they just remain dormant. It is possible, though, that the Marauders might be able to find replacement parts for the terminals that I damaged in one of those bases. Once I have full access to the gate systems, well, then I should be able to tell you more.
Good question.
And so Zariel will ask her, what is going on now? Well, several days ago we were invaded by these raiders. Some of them looked much like yourselves, but others were like figments, strange dark apparitions with no true form. The raiders called themselves the Desperate Hunger, and are led by an android woman named Null 9. I discovered this as they blasted their way into this facility, spouting paeans to this devourer, and it caught me off guard. Before I knew it, they had freed Eltreth and had forced me into his prison. Luckily, I was able to place some blocks in their path to slow them down, but they can't be allowed to access the stellar degenerator. Alright, so that leaves only one question. No, see? And that is, what did you do?
What did you do?
The many maintenance robots that perform the physical tasks of these systems have always been able to run on their own, but ever since I locked him away, I've been trying to uplift the robots to full sentience so that they may continue should something happen to me. It looked as though Eltreth would be freed, so I uploaded as much programming as I could to their processors. It will take Eltreth some time to regain full control over those robots. And in addition, I generated a pulse of electricity throughout the terminals in the operation room, making sure that the demiplane containing the stellar generator could not be easily accessed.
Okay, so let's make sure we don't do that.
So that's one of the reasons why they were in there in the operations room where you found them, and were not able to release the stellar generator because she destroyed some of this physical hardware.
Right.
But they might be able to find some of the parts on the other, in the center, the core of some of these other planets, where the other scientists built these smaller little laboratories. So they
Right.
might be able to find some parts to come and replace it. And then, if they do that, then they will be able to release the stellar generator, unless she's able to stop them again, or you're able to stop them.
Uh,
Okay, so
to the other room and try to. We're gonna go back to the other room and try to.
get her out, yeah. Sounds like a smart thing to do.
I'm
So-
leaving this room.
So we don't need anything from this room. Everything.
No, there's nothing that you can do in this room that you haven't already done.
Okay. Okay.
Where's that?
Yeah, so you guys basically
So-
went through this whole place backwards. Instead of, when you came in through the double doors, instead of just crossing the hallway and going straight into the door like a normal person would,
Yeah.
you guys decided to turn right and go all the way down the hallway.
Right. Well,
But that's fine.
There was
That
a
means
reason
that everything else is done. So now we don't, because had you gone straight through here, she would have been able to tell you what's happening, and would have been able to help you a little bit, at least let you know what's happening and who's where and stuff, and warn you about the dude doing traps and stuff.
right.
But that's all right. You guys are alive and well, and it
So
worked.
we're following
So-
5-0. Okay, so 5-0, you're in the correct room. That's where
Alright, so as you come into that room again, again, it's sort of like the Star Destroyers in Star Wars. You're up on a raised platform overlooking these banks of computers down below, and these control systems and chairs and things where people can sit and manipulate the computers. All these different screens are all along the walls and along the not the walls, but down below.
Oh, I'm gonna need help because I can't read the freaking language.
Yeah, no, she's coming. No, you know she's doing things. She's got language, and she's got a decent amount of computer and engineering skill.
It's right here, right? It's good.
Yep, you can access it from any of these computers. As you come in, Eltreth's image shows up again on the holographic platform to the north, and he's continuing to. So he's I talked to you before. Ah, you have returned. Ah, come to help us unlock the secrets that are here?
I genuinely think we are.
I'm just gonna ignore him. I'm ignoring him this time. Because he was kind of a jerk to me before.
Just because he zapped you with a crap ton of electricity.
That's,
I'm ignoring
that
him
could have
now.
been just a failsafe, but yeah, I think that he's been given his
All right.
chance.
Last time you were here and you had checked the computers, you noticed that he or the code was being rewritten as you were watching. So now you have more of an idea of what's happening. You're pretty sure it's him that's rewriting the stuff and preventing you from getting into these computers and such.
Makes sense.
Alright. Try it again.
Okay.
Alright, so
Just
I'm
give
looking
me
here.
rolls.
Go ahead and give me a computer's check with a +2 because Nosy is assisting. Let me see, because I know Zorel can help. Does Serena have training in computers?
Yes, she does. High level.
And what is her total without? Well, it's +15, so you automatically get +4. Then 5 says. So Serena will come down and help you.
Yep.
That gives me a +20.
Nice.
Oh, did that? No, hold on. Oh. Hold on, that didn't count the +4.
Yeah, the second one did. You got the 36 did.
Okay.
Alright, so with the 36, you do see that there are 3 countermeasures built into this, and like I said, Eltreth is trying to stop you, but you are able to remove the first of the 3 countermeasures.
Cool.
So go ahead and give me another roll with a +4 for the second one. And I'll actually give you, alright, so 32 is enough to go past the second one. So now that you've disabled 2 of them, and you're getting more familiar with how he is trying to rewrite and trying to stop you, you get another +2, so you have total +6. Go ahead and give me one more to see if you can disable the last countermeasure that he has set up. Nice. Okay. Alright, so the room goes dark. And he is shut down for now. And you see that it would have had you not shut them down, then you all would have taken 4d12 plus 4 electric damage as it would have shocked you all.
Thanks.
But with those 3 rolls, you were able to countermeasure those. So it looks like you're going to need to repair some of these fried electronics that Osteth destroyed. Once you do that, you think you should be able to then switch them, put him back where he should be sequestered by himself and her back out here in the central operations.
So what do I need to roll to do that? Engineering?
So go ahead and give me, yes, an engineering check. I think Nosy can help. Is that correct?
Yep.
So
both,
with a
both can
plus
help.
2,
So Sabrina can also help.
19. Right, so it's going to take you 3 hours to get them all replaced. You know, oh no,
I didn't roll.
that was not him. Okay, go ahead and roll.
I
I
need to
didn't
do
roll it.
the-
I was just me.
no, I'm just engineering.
Yep, engineering with a plus 4.
Oh, hold on. It's not letting.
Must.
There it goes.
Nice. Okay, so it's going to take you 1 hour to do that.
Nice.
As you go through, you send the 2 of them. They're basically your gophers. As you like, okay, see this, and he'll hand them apart. Go find it. So they'll go run off into one of the other 2 rooms and try to find a replacement part for it. Bring it back, and you replace it. Like I said, it takes you about an hour, but then you are able to. The power comes back up. Stop.
Nice.
Power comes back up, and this time, Eltreth is there, and Eltreth is gone, and Osteth appears on a platform above you, and you guys get, let me see, 21. Let me open up party sheet. I'll just award it to you individually because it's easier that way. Alright, so there's 5. No C and Serena. Alright. Alright, so you get some experience for helping her and helping them swap places.
I don't think 5 got any experience.
Yeah, you got the same as you.
Okay. See.
Oh, you can't. It doesn't show in your chats, but yeah, all 3 of you got the same amount of experience.
Okay.
Alright, so I'm gonna go back to this. There we go. Alright, so now, so Osteth beckons for you guys to come closer, since you are on the other side of the room. So you make your way over, and she says, "Oh, thank you, travelers. With Eltreth returned." It's talking in her voice is killing me. Should have picked an easier voice. With Eltreth returned to his containment, the Gate of the 12 Suns is one step closer to being safe. Now that I have access to the Gate's full sensor suite, I can detect that some of them are still within the system. They are within the core facility of Gate 2's controller moon, an underground facility where my colleagues could adjust the gravitational pulses emanating from the planetoid's center. Since my since I started here as artificial intelligence, we didn't need regular people to be in those facilities, except for the maintenance bots, of course. And you see that she flickers for a minute. It seems as though they have commandeered some of these robots to help them. I'm locked out of those robots' programming, and it's only a matter of time before they can retrieve an intact control board to repair the controls that open the Stellargy generators. You must stop them. So she gives you a map of the facility that she was talking about on gate 2, the core facility on gate 2. And she tells you that besides its normal function, the underground structure was occasionally used by the scientists to examine the effects of the gravitational pulses on living creatures. So sometimes they would experiment on test subjects from that controller moon. So they had different biomes set up, and they would test. So if you take a moment and step back for a second, you remember let me see if I can find. Yep, this. So if you think about, these are hundreds of thousands of miles apart, but still, they're still suns. And if you think about the effects of all these 12 suns and the gravity that they're pulling to each other and objects that are within that area, the moons and stuff like that, there's a lot going on there. And so they were doing some experimenting on the effects of that to living creatures. And so that's what she's talking about here. Hold on, I lost the... What the hell? Okay. Control center. There we go. Sorry, I lost the... Okay, so there are 9 organic life forms in the facility. There's also a couple energy signals that I don't understand, so I'm not sure what they are. Any other basic questions for her?
I want to ask her about the communicators I found on the desk.
Very nice. Good job. Alright, so as you show them to her, let me pull them up in your inventory. Very good. I was hoping you guys remember those. Trying to find where they are. They are... Okay, there's the batteries. Where the heck?
Did you put them?
Oh, okay, that's why. We got everything showing up. Okay, strange comm unit. There it is. Click. So these are dimensional comm units. They're handheld. I'm sorry. I thought they were triangular like their other ones are. These are actually circular. There's a very high resolution screen and very easy controls once you understand what they mean and what they do and how to use them. there is a demi-plane network that was used by the Kishali civilization, and this uses that to communicate. So the advantage is that text and verbal communication are pretty much instantaneous, and it doesn't matter where you are in the same system, interstellar space, anywhere, as long as you're you can use these to communicate pretty much over any distance. The problem is the Kishali dimensional network itself, and so because that has degraded over the thousands of years, so you have to link the two communicators, and these two are already linked, and then there's a percentage chance that when you try to use them that they won't work at all. If they do work, they're awesome, and they, like I said, they can they work over any distance. You could talk to real time to people on Absent Station right now, even though you are weeks away from each other through the drift, hundreds of thousands of light years away from each other.
Really?
And if it works for 24 hours. If it doesn't work, then it won't work for 2 hours before you can try again.
Every time it doesn't work, we gotta wait 2 hours.
Correct, to try again, yep. But if it does work, then you're good for 24 hours. So keep that in mind. They are linked to each other, so however you want to divide them up, think about that, and you can let me know next week. So
I'm keeping one of them. I found them.
any other questions?
Just keep both of them.
Oh, give them.
That these only communicate to each other, or they will communicate to other units of the same type.
If you ever find any more dimensional cloud units that are Kishali in nature, yes, they will be able to. You can link them. But him keeping both.
Physically, I mean, you have to link them first.
Correct.
It would be like me walking around with 2 walkie-talkies talking to myself.
Right. So he says he's keeping one, but one of them should be given to somebody else.
Okay.
Or can we just put one of them back in the party sheet?
It would be the no space bag, basically, or
So,
somebody gets to carry it.
like I said, think about it. We can determine who gets the other one next week. All right. So if you guys don't have any other questions, we will wrap things up. Go ahead.
One more question. Can I use this to communicate with her? My
Yes.
last question. Okay.
So she's my new friends. With much time over the past few days, since I've been locked away, I've had time to think, and I've come to a difficult conclusion. The stellar degenerator must be destroyed. Even if this cult of the Devourer is defeated, there's no guarantee that someone else won't find it. This Civ superweapon cannot be trusted with any people, no matter how peaceful and well-intentioned they may be. Though the events happened before I was even born, I heard tales of when the Kishali used the degenerator to pacify a terrible enemy that threatened us with obliteration, and the results convinced my people to hide the weapon away. And then her image goes out, and again the room is filled with this display of a solar system. None of you recognize what the planet or the setup this is, but as you're watching these planets slowly turn, she keeps talking. Some of them were killed instantly, caught in a the energy transference between the beam when the stellar degenerator turned their sun into a black dwarf. And the hologram shows this ray of light streaking in from the outside and slamming into the sun, and you see this pulse come from out of the room and come slamming into the sun, and it goes black. And from that sun, sort of like in the Star Wars movies where they destroy the Death Star or the planet, this pulse comes out, coming out from where the sun was, and you see starships and moons just get destroyed as this pulse comes out from it. The ones who were destroyed were luckies. Within a week, temperatures across the system dropped to below freezing, and because there was no sun, the plant life died. And you see that each of the planets are the little digital displays next to each one showing how they're getting colder and colder. Hundreds of millions eventually starved to death or were killed in fighting over the foods. And you see this second display showing the death count as it just algebraically increases and jumps up higher and higher. The mass of the black dwarf wasn't enough to keep the planets in orbit, and eventually they started to drift outward, spinning erratically into the inky depths of space. And you see the planets start freezing, and then one by one they start disappearing off the map. This is a terrible way for anyone to go extinct. And then the lights come back on, and she reappears back up there. So you can see why the stellar degenerator must be destroyed. But to do that, we must first open the gate. So, just to clarify, she's saying that the cultists have to be stopped first, but also they should retrieve. You all should retrieve the control board that they're trying to get. Then, with that missing piece, she can activate the gate and release the stellar degenerator so that it can be destroyed.
Could she be a double agent, though? She should get it and destroy the world.
So, from what you've seen of, what is your sense of motive? The two, Serena and Nosy.
What about them?
What is your sense of
What
motive?
are they?
Yeah, your numbers.
Let's see. Page. Oh, it's on scale, sorry. Sense motive for +9 for Serena. So let's. Oh. Is +12 for Upsy. So +9 and +12.
With those numbers, it's been pretty clear that the cultists are fanatical, and even this brilliant engineer, which was the Yosoki you guys fought, she was in and out of sanity, as sometimes she would be having a normal conversation and then she would switch over to "you're all gonna die anyway" and those things. So even the hologram, when he got, he was just corrupted by the devourer. He was a similar way. He would be tricking you and be nice to you guys, and then all of a sudden turn around and say you're all gonna die and try to destroy you and zap you and stuff. She has shown none of those signs at all. So if she is a double agent, she is unique in that regard, that none of the other devourer cultists have been.
Okay.
Oh, I guess we're headed to planet 2.
Yep. So that's what it looks like. 8-2 is where you guys are headed now. All right. So, but good news is, if you looked at your XP, Serena and Nosy, you have enough to go up to 11.
I'm already on.
5 of you are already there.
Yeah, because last time we leveled up, I screwed up.
Right.
I just didn't spend a skill point, certain.
Right. So, Serena and Nosy, if you want to go ahead and level up, we'll go ahead and get you taken care of real quick. So, for those of you on the stream, we're going to do a little bit of homework if you want to see how that works. What happens when you level up, you're welcome to stay. Otherwise, that's going to be it for tonight. We will go back next 2 weeks from now. Next week we do the Dawn of Flame. And we'll be back here 2 weeks from now as they make their way to Gate 2 to grab the piece they need to bring back here to open up the gate and bring out the Stellar Degenerator and destroy it, hopefully. I'm sure it'll be a quick, easy thing. It may all be done by next week. Who knows?
No, I got a bridge to sell you in New York.
Alright, so Serena, you have a decision to make since you're Solarian 5, Operator 5.
Yeah.
I'm going to either one and
I think I'm going to go with the
up
Operator.
to 6. Nosy is more cut and dry. Of course, you could always take that one level in Technomancer if you wanted. Or otherwise, you can stick with Mystic.
Yeah.
Let's see. So the Operative at level 6, you would gain another exploit. Your attack would go up. And all 3 of your saves would go up. Fortitude, Reflex, and Will would go up.
Okay.
Whereas if you went with Solarian at 6, you would get another Stellar Revelation. Again, all of your saves would go up, so that's nice. Your base attack bonus would go up. Those are all the same. But at level 6, your solar weapon gets another 1d6, so it would be 2d6 instead of just 1d6.
Oh, the explosion?
No, your bite map.
A supernova? Oh, bite map. Okay. That's chicken.
So let's see.
Tell me this. My sword.
Yes.
It already does D8 plus 2d6 plus 5 plus 10. So the advantage here is that I get my sword to go up another between 1 and 6 points.
So it depends on if you want to do a cool Solarian trick or a cool operative trick, because basically it's what you get. Something cool. The operatives do
their abilities.
Right. So both, either way you go, they'll get an ability. Now, as your mystic, by the way, Nosy at level 6, you have another power. I mean, no, you're at level 11. So at level 11, your basics channel skill goes up. Get another plus in your basic skill. None of your saves go up, but your attack does. And you will gain a telepathic bond. Telepathic bond is As a standard action, you can form a link with up to 6 other willing creatures, allowing you to communicate telepathically at great distances. This functions as telepathic bond, and it is permanent. So let me double check exactly what.
Because right now I'm linked to everybody, but it's only a certain amount of distance, and it also includes vital signs.
Right now you have comm units that you talk to people with. You have a magical ability that tells you what's going on with other people. You can't talk to them.
Okay.
Telepathic bond is you link yourself, and everyone is linked to each other. So if Fivo just wanted to talk to Serena, he could, or if he just wanted to talk to Zarel, he could. And
so it's the ability for everybody to be an empath.
Correct, and they can communicate through the bond regardless of language. And it works over any distance.
Any distance. Well, damn, I'm taking that shit. That's awesome. Give everybody in the party the ability to do all that.
And because this is a mystic ability, will actually both of you and Zarel will have it, assuming she takes another level in mystic. This is no telepathic bond is usually a level 4 spell. 4th level spell usually.
Okay. Right.
And it the duration is 10 minutes per level.
Okay.
But for you and Zarel, it is permanent until you shut it off. You can shut it off and do another one anytime you want. Alright, so
I got a question about that.
Okay.
So, like, say the person is no longer willing to have them connected to them telepathically.
Mm-hmm.
Does it still work?
No, it's willing. It's a willing creature. So if you
as long as the
okay.
I was just going to say, so as long as you're willing, it works.
Yes. Correct. Yep. And if you're not willing, then it stops. And you can't then go back on. It's not like, okay, never mind, I now talk to her again. She would have to form it again. But the cool thing is, like I said, both of them can do it as one action. So it's easy enough to do. But yeah, it is willing, so it's not forced. Yeah, so I'll have to take a look at your weapon and see why these numbers here. I know you have magic things on it.
Who are you talking to?
Serena, your solar weapon.
Okay.
The D8 plus 2D6. Right. I know what the 5 and 10 are, but I'm not sure why it's a D8 and why it's 2D6. It should only be one of those numbers should be 1D6 somewhere. So I just have to figure out what it is and what you have added to it, because you have a lot of magic crap that's added to your stuff. All right, and 5 you. Let me take a look at your skills at 11. All right, so you are a soldier. Your intelligence is 14.
Sorry.
And you have a mod that gives you a bonus. So you have a +4 to your bonus in intelligence. This is your soldier. SSS. Soldier. Soldiers get 4 + 4, so it'll be 8. You would get 8 per level, so you should have 88. Yep, that's correct. So if you look at your skills, you'll see total is 88. You have spent 70. So Bobby, you can add 18 more points in. You cannot go above 11 on any of them. You may want to add some to perception. just saying. It is cool and unique that you aren't very perceptive. You can't see a whole lot of what's going on around you. Pretty cool. I just in any D&D or Starfinder game, I've never seen somebody who has a +1 perception. But it's up to you. You can just.
So how many? I have a total of 18.
Right. So if you look at your page, you see it says 88 total, spent 70.
Yeah.
And don't forget, once you change the number, you have to click in another box for it to reflect up top.
And I can put any in stuff that I'm not trained in, right?
You can if you want to, but so for example, disguise right now. You're well, actually, let me give you a better example. Sense motive. So look at sense motive. Right now, sense motive is not a class that you're skill that you're trained in. If you added a 1 to it, because of your wisdom is +1, you would have a total of 2. Okay, you follow me? That makes sense?
Yep.
If you do perception, which is also wisdom, that you have a +1, if you add 1 to it, because you're trained in it, you will get a 1-time +3 bonus. So instead of being 2, it would be 5, because you're trained in it. But you can put them in anything you want. You just don't get that 1-time +3 bonus if it's not a class skill for you.
Wow,
all right.
that's pretty cool.
And you can ask, I think it's Nosy, because she's has a crap ton of stuff that she's not trained in. But she has skill points in.
Trained meaning ranks, trained meaning something else.
It's a class skill, so it's something that so like your acrobatics and athletics as a mystic spellcaster, yoga freak, you're not trained in acrobatics or athletics as a class,
I still have ranks in it.
but you've taken ranks in it, so you are
Trained.
You are trained. What I mean is, it's not a class skill. If you were to change it to
so
a
where do I
class,
find the class skills?
those are little check marks underneath the lock. So you've got all those dots, all those dots on the left. The second one is a class skill. So everything in that second row that's checked is a class skill for you.
Okay.
And you can also tell it in a total. So like your 5 ranks in acrobatics plus your dex is +3 gives you 8. If it were a class skill, you would have 11.
Okay. Now, is this based upon whether it's odd or even, or is across the board we can do this?
I don't understand your question.
You mentioned that you can be 5 of those things can go from +2 to a +5. Is that if it had been an even number or an odd number, would that have changed anything?
No, it has to do with whether or not it's a class skill. If it's a class skill, you get a 1-time +3 bonus. That's right. And Tom Kiroska says, level up, hype, cool. Little applause.
Okay, so the differences between our spend and our total ranks is what we have.
Alright, so some of these numbers were weird. Let me check. So like Nosy.
No, she's got to be wrong.
As a mystic, you have 6 plus intelligence. So your intelligence is a +5. So that's 11. Skills, yep.
11.
So 121 is correct. 11 times 11 is 121.
Right. But it says spent.
Atomic Hero Squad's going to bed. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by.
Good
We
night.
appreciate you, man.
Later, man.
So yes, you can take it up to 121 because you've only spent 104.
Okay. Okay.
Again, keep in
Same thing
mind,
with three
once you
numbers.
change
She's
a
got-
number, you have to click somewhere else and
Yeah.
then in another box, and then it will reflect
Yep.
up top.
Okay.
So they did have
Cool.
issues at one point, and it looks like they fixed them, because so far everybody's has been correct.
Okay, cool. And are we limited in our ranks? Is 10 the minimum ranks?
11,
11.
because you're level 11, so you can go up to 11. This one goes to 11.
That's right.
Never seen that movie, but I know what it is. I know the book.
You've never seen the movie? Are you kidding me?
I've not
What
seen
movie?
Spinal Tap.
You got to
Oh,
watch
I've
it.
seen
Oh
it.
man. Yeah, it's a classic, man.
I've seen the Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny.
I have not seen it.
That's a good one too. Tenacious D is awesome.
It's got Jack Black in it.
Yeah, I know the song. That they sing,
They have a couple different songs.
but
They have a couple
Anyway.
ones that are really spectacular.
so
All right.
now, since you guys feeling all good about yourselves and all puffed up because you're awesome, you also get a feat at a level 11. So, dadgummit, they took them all away. I had notes on everybody's sheet. Did they take them all away? Ah, that's so frustrating. Okay. Alright, so because this is an odd level, you also get a feat. So,
It's cool.
let's see. So, 5, I'm just going to assume you didn't get one.
No.
I'm not
'Cause
going
when
to
I
go
messed
through and
up,
count
we-
them all. So, I'm just going to say you can still get one more feat. Because you get feats at every level. Your even one is going to be combat feats. This is an odd level, so it can be anything you want. It doesn't have to be a combat feat. So you should have a crap ton of feats anyway. So Nosy and Serena, you guys will also get feats. Alright, so while you
Okay.
guys are messing around with those, make sure, well, you don't have to make sure, but if you want more options, if the 100 plus that are in the core rulebook aren't enough for you, make sure that your character operations manual is open for more feats. And there's also the armory and the tech, what do you call it, module.
I got
The book that
Two of
you
those
bought,
books.
Bobby, I think has feats in it too.
I got the there's an operation manual, alien archives.
I don't think the
Ours
armory has
and-
any feats. Tech Revolution, that's what it was. Yes, so Tech
Yeah.
Revolution does. The armory
Near
does
space.
not. I don't think Near Space has feats. Near Space is one of the few books I don't have, just because I'm not building my own module, so I don't need all that information. Starship Owner's Manual does not. Yeah, so Character Operations Manual has feats, Tech Revolution has feats, and the Armory has feats. So those, oh no, it doesn't. So just those two, Operations Manual and Tech Revolution, they have feats. Yep, just those two.
So are you
Ooh.
Bobby? Are you doing other Starfinder stuff? Is that why you bought the manuals and stuff? You're really into it.
I like being able to look it up for myself.
Oh, okay.
I do take that back. The Alien Archive 3 has companion feats, but if you don't have a companion, it's the only feats you have to worry about for the 3. So just those two.
I got a companion. What is this? Amplify glitch combat.
So as you guys are looking through the feats, just don't forget that a lot of them have prerequisites. You have to have certain things to get them. So, and if you would make a note and either tell me now or tell me
No,
when
I
you get
can't. I
them,
can't use that one.
so I can code it if it needs to be coded. Let me see if I can figure out how to do your armor. No, see while we're here.
You got barricade.
Armor, click. Nope, that's not what I want. Alright, let's see.
Oh, I can use that. I can use that one. Climbing master.
She's trained in everything. She's fucking scientist.
Now, operatives, as it is, are trained in like all but like 4 skills, and then your
Solarian and the rest of it.
Sorry. So I think you also have, as an operative, you have half training in any +2 to
my
anything
wisdom's
that's
not high
unranked.
enough.
Oh yeah.
Don't have any ranks in, but you took ranks and everything anyway. So
Right.
that part doesn't matter. Don't forget your professions. If you guys have professions, yeah, you do. You put skill ranks in those. Okay, yeah, all of you have. Good. So, for example, Nosy, anytime we're doing something and I say, give me any check, if you think, hey, my profession as a researcher will help me with this, then say
Right.
something, because I won't remember that you're a researcher. Same thing with Serena as a choreographer.
Choreographer. Fuck is
Anything that has to do with rhythm, with music, with any kind of beat, any way that you can think you can possibly movement, choreographed movement, any kind of thing.
she's
like
doing
that.
the plasma ribbon. Plasma
Right.
ribbon.
Yep. So anything that you think, oh hey, I can use my choreographer skills.
It's assuming that it's higher than the other one.
Right. Hey, Rob is rating. Welcome, guys. We just finished messing around with a bunch of stuff, and they are leveling up to level 11. As I just said, they go to 11. So,
Yes.
welcome as we're talking about different feats in Starfinder. Every odd level, you get a feat. So they are getting feats, and this is here's our characters. So they're all going up to 11. We have one multi-class operative, which is like a spy, and a Solarian, which is a weird fighter who pulls up the taps into the sun, the photogenic energy and the dark energy of the universe to make weapons and armor. And then we have a soldier, and we have mystic, which is like a clericy divine caster. We have 2 of those. So they're all going up to 11, figuring out what they want to do with their lives, what kind of feats they want to get. And next week they're going to go, or 2 weeks from now they're going to go, and they're going to try to stop the cultists from obtaining a part that they need.
Indeed. So I got all of my ranks done. Whatever that's worth.
All right. Also, every level, when they level up, they get a bunch of skill points. So, unlike D&D, you can see they have bonuses now, plus 22, plus 16, plus 19, when they're doing their skill checks. And that's in addition to the D20 that they roll. But that also means it's harder for them to do things, so an average roll is a 30 for them at their level.
You're like, ooh, did we make it? Did we make it? 34 doesn't make it. Oh my god.
Yeah, Felgor, he says, nice seeing
It's
Starfinder
too
being
funny.
played. Fantasy Grounds makes it so much easier than live play. I've done both, and having all this stuff in Fantasy Grounds, they did such a great job when they converted this over to Fantasy Grounds, and it makes it where a lot of the stuff is done for you, a lot of the math, a lot of the thinking is taken care of, so all those weird one-off situations, a lot of it's handled for you. Starship combat is really well done in Fantasy Grounds, so it makes playing so you can focus some more on the role playing and just doing things, getting stuff done, than having to worry about the number crunching every 5 seconds that happens in Pathfinder and Starfinder. So
Yeah. I agree. I don't even know what's going on. I know.
Nope, can't use that.
Alright, so all I need to do then is work on the whatever. Which I wasn't listening to anything you said when we were talking before. So you have class abilities and feats. You said I get one more feat. Class ability.
both of you
No,
get
she's already
feats.
there.
Both of your characters get feats.
Okay.
And Serena gets a operative exploit. A cool spy thing. Alright, Five, did you pick your feat?
Still looking.
Okay. I thought that was the grunt he made. Here it is, operative. So you get an operative exploit. I was correct. At level 6, you get... Yes, you now have access to 6th level operative exploits. So...
Okay. So I need so
Bleeding shot, mentalist, bane, interfering shot, speed hacker, sure-footed, uncanny shooter, stuff like that. So,
okay.
if you go
I'll have to
to
look those up.
your abilities page and go
Yep.
to operative exploit,
Yep. I have two of them.
you'll see.
Oh, I see.
If you scroll down, there's one that says level 6. When you open it up,
It's level 6. Oh, I don't.
the operative
So I
exploit.
should have 3 of them now. Field treatment.
Right, but if you
Have
click the
field
word
treatment,
above it,
uncanny.
where it says just operative exploit, there's the word itself.
Yeah. Okay, I did that. Yep.
It
It's
says
just
level
level
6.
6.
Now scroll down and you'll see on the bottom it has level 1, all the ones you have access to, but now you have level 6. There's a whole list.
Uh-huh. Okay.
And you can click on the little Paizo symbol next to each one and pick the one you like.
And assuming that I have the core in there. Okay. Stack and shot speed. Search. Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay.
Use that one. Actually, no, I can't.
Interfering shot sounds interesting.
Alright, and I guess you had no, she don't. Oh yeah, she gets that telepathic bond thing, which is cool. That is pretty cool. You guys can just talk to each other now, no matter where you are. You separate the party, split the party now. do it and all go in different
Double
rooms at the
tap.
same time.
Okay. That's interesting. That debilitating sniper thing is pretty cool. Able to do a trick attack with the sniper. Can I assume though that it would still require being at least 10 feet away and not can't go 5 feet?
With a sniper rifle, yes. Oh, well, you don't have to, but that was an opportunity attack against you. Any range
So
weapon.
what's a debilitating trick then? What's a debilitating trick? It says.
Actually, I don't know every aspect of
Okay,
it.
I'll read it. Come on, man.
You should. No.
When you use a trick attack with sniper weapons, it counts as a sniper weapon special properties. You cannot add trick attack damage to your attack, but the target can still be made flat-footed, and you can use debilitating tricks. Which means there must be other debilitating things. Okay, so somewhere. Which would make sense. So, okay, so that's it wasn't what I thought it was, but still. Deferring shot. Okay, I'll see this shit. Using reactions.
So yes,
Till
I
the
don't
end.
know exactly off the top of my head what they were. I think it's just, at that point it's a more.
Oh, I found it. There is one debilitating trick there. So that it says
Okay,
the interfere shot is a debilitating trick.
there you go.
So it's a debilitating trick, so you can prevent your target from using reactions.
Right.
There's a reaction. What's a reaction?
So that's on like a opportunity attack is a reaction, or if some spells are reactions.
Okay.
Now that you guys are getting higher level, you'll be coming across more and more bad guys that use reactions.
Okay. Yeah, because here's another one. I'm just pulling these up randomly, and they're all saying that they're tricks. So, if I took the debilitating sniper,
Allows you to combine them with those other ones.
not. Yeah. I said, and you can use your debilitating tricks. Kind of like getting action. Trick attack, which gives you the flat-footed, whatever, and then you're still doing your trick,
Right.
which in this case, for example, would be the bleeding shot. I like the bleeding shot. How many do I get? I get 2.
Get one.
Get 1. Okay, let's start with the debilitating sniper. Oh, wait a minute. So normally, if I'm doing something, I choose to do the trick attack. If I'm doing something else that, like for example, sniper normally would be a trick attack. Doing something else, let's say I can give up the trick attack and do one of these debilitating trick attacks, leaving the sniper thing out. Because for example, I pulled up bleeding shot. It says for your debilitating trick, you can afflict your target with the amount of bleeding damage equal to your. So it's like kind of getting a critical.
Correct.
Or am I?
So you
Okay.
would do.
So
You would have
let's
bleed
do
6.
this way. Right. But that means it has to be critical.
No. Because you have.
So okay.
This is an exploit which you can do.
Okay, let's go with that one then.
Let
Bleeding
me
shot.
double check
For sure.
what the operatives. It says. Debilitating trick at 4th level. When you succeed at both the skill check and the attack roll of your trick attack, you make the target flat-footed or off target until the beginning of your next turn. You might learn exploits that grant you additional options for your debilitating trick. but you can only select one option each time you hit with a trick attack. So right now your choice is flat-footed or off target.
Right.
If you choose bleeding shot, your choice will be flat-footed, off target, or bleeding.
Ah. Okay. Well, then it makes sense for me. That's a good one to take.
So with the debilitating
If I
sniper, it allows you to do your trick attack as a sniper, which you usually don't.
right.
For one, and then two, you can then apply flat-footed or off target or any other thing that you eventually get. So if you got bleeding
Sorry,
shot, then you will be able to do both.
Right. I can only get one.
Because the trick attack only allows you to do the damage. The debilitating trick means it's now a trick attack, but it also debilitates them, so it does something bad to them as well.
Ah.
So it's it's sort of a. They don't usually split the two, but that's the point. That's what happens. It's two different things. So that's why it's saying that.
Okay. I'll go with bleeding shot for now. That's cool.
Okay, that's a good one. So we'll go ahead and drag this over.
Just drag it over.
There we go.
Or you could,
Yep, it's already there. Bleeding shot.
okay. Cool. It's already in my actions.
It will. I'll add that to your actions
Okay.
if I can figure out how to do it.
Sweet. All right. Sweet. All right, and then do the same thing for Nosi, but what's the category for class abilities?
So Nosi doesn't get anything because she gets the telepathic bond. What she gets are her spells. So she gets as a knee stick, and both of you get feats. So you get a feat as well. Here it is. Spells.
Don't need no stinking feet.
11th level spells. Alright, so you learn one more 4th level spell
Okay.
and one more 1st level spell.
Okay.
So you get to pick a level 1 and a level 4, and you can switch out any spells that you don't think you're using or that you don't like.
Okay. So I'll need stuff. Yeah, we don't need to do that now. I'll look at stuff. Okay, let's see. You're familiar with all this stuff. Is there a way we can do this quickly, or should I put everything up into a screenshot?
What are you doing? How do you do what quickly?
Like looking through the level ones, just the level
Yes.
one.
So
spells,
click
if there's
on-
any of these that are
Open up the
wasted.
spells
I'm asking.
underneath characters. Do you have the spell window open?
No,
Okay.
there's no spell in it.
So over on the right, one of the red things is characters,
Right.
and then the little wizard hat is spells.
Is there under players?
All the
Character.
way on the right, yes. There's
Right.
character. Click that open, and you'll see a little wizard hat that says spells.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Thank God.
And click that, and it'll open up a window.
Oops.
And then on the bottom, you'll see class. Click that down, and click click mystic,
Yeah.
and then level. Click that, and go to 1.
Go back and double check.
And then you can open, expand that window as much or as little as you want.
Right. Yes, okay. I mean, if you're not online, I have to.
And then you can do the same thing for level level 6.
Okay, cool. 6. Wow, there's a lot of level 6 here. Okay, but my question was just that, if you glance at your spells,
Parker!
like some of these are just like confusion. If I ever get a character that has such a low KAC range that works at all, that's what I'm saying. Like you may be familiar with these things and to know these will be useful as well. That's my question. If not, I'll just deal with it.
Alright, so give me a moment here. Let me look at. I also don't know what you have. Let's see. Carnivorous gives you a bite attack of 20. Charm Person is decent. Comprehend Customs is a good one. It gives you a bonus to culture checks, since you guys are terrible at culture.
Hey, no, she's great at culture.
Detect radiation, if you want to know if you're dying. Disguise self, if you ever want to change yourself into a cultist.
Ooh. But that's level 1 spell, though, right? These are all levels. This guy's self, so that way. Huh. That might be a good one to use.
So there's also Mega Vitamin. At your level, I don't know how useful it's going to be, but it allows you to. It's basically Good Berry. It gives you food for 24 hours and heals you for 1 hit point. But you don't have to eat for that 24 hours.
I'm fine with that. Okay.
Let's see.
So right now I have to detect radiation. I have fear.
That's the one I want.
Alright, what'd you pick?
Go ahead. Oh,
Amplified glitch.
Amplified glitch, okay. Did you drag it to yourself?
I haven't got. I was looking in the books.
Let me see. Feet. Feet.
It's
Glitch.
yeah. I think
Alright, so prerequisite computer ranks of 3. Do you have Intimidate of 3?
I do now.
Yeah, you have 11. Alright, so you're fine. Computer ranks of 3, Intimidate 3. Yep, you're good. So you can have that. Take that if you want.
Yep.
Computer 11. Yep, good.
I narrowed it down to between that and accelerated recovery.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a combat one, but you can take next level if you want. Put it in a note somewhere.
The one I just picked is.
Oh, Amplified Glitch is a combat feat. That's weird. Okay. Yeah, it is too. Alright, let me see.
And I still take it.
Oh, yeah.
If I can't take that
can.
one right now.
Yeah, you can take
Right.
you can take combat feat anytime you want. But like next level when you turn 12, it has to be combat. So there we go. I added it to you. I added it to
right.
your feat list already. Boom.
comprehend customs.
Click. Alright.
Yeah, that's good. So I get one.
Alright, so mental silence. If you think people are going to try to be screwing with your head, mental silence gives you protection against that.
So,
If you don't have it already, remove lesser condition is good. Share language is good.
Sure, that's good. I already have good. I was going to go with comprehend custom. Decent at that
Okay.
already.
Alright.
Christopher knows that, but that the
Alright, and then at
Let me
level
just-
6, first thing, if you haven't bumped up some of your other spells, you may want to do that, like your Mystic Cure, your Mind Thrust, your do they have a 6? Yeah, Summon Creature. So those ones that you have at lower level, if you want to get the oh no, not level 6. What am I thinking? You don't have level 6 spells. You have level 4 spells. Let me make sure I'm talking about here.
Actually, I don't. I only have level 3. I'll enter.
You are Mystic.
Let's go. 6. Are you looking at? You're looking at level 6 spell.
Level 11. No, your 4th level spells. Sorry. So you gained another 4th level spell and another 1st level spell. So you got your 1st already. So you can get another 4th level spell. So let me go back to that. 4. Level 4. Okay. So anyway, so it doesn't change what I said. If you have 4th level spells that you haven't bumped up to 4, Mystic Cure 4, Mind Thrust 4, Summon Creature 4, if you wanted to do those that's a quick fix.
Okay.
Then there's Animate Dead if you want to be a Necromancer. Confusion is pretty good. Cosmic Eddy is pretty good. If you're afraid things are going to go like ghosts and things and shades that disappear on you, Dimensional Anchor stops them from doing that. Hold Monster, Gravity Well are some other things that lock people down. Reincarnate, if you think people are going to die, you can reincarnate them into a random creature. And if you look at this things, everything from an android, a dwarf, elf, gnome, Kasathash, Vesk, Isoki, halfling, half-elf, etc. There's a whole list. You roll a d100 to see which of the many options. And if you take it, I'll probably make my own list of reincarnated aliens that you pick from.
Okay.
But you bring back a dead creature.
Alright, so
as long as it's within a week.
Well, and I have a little casing I can put them into. Environmental casing.
But it costs you 1,000 credits every time you do it.
Alright, guys, I'm getting off of here.
Alright, Bobby.
Alright, later, man.
See you next week. We're going to be finished. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and close up the stream. It is that time. So thank you guys for stopping by. Any raiders who are still hanging out, thank you. I appreciate you. Don't forget to use your Suspend Zone particles next week. We'll be right back here doing Down in Flame. And then in 2 weeks, this group will be back now at level 11. So thank you all. And like, subscribe. Appreciate you stopping by, Thelgor.
Thanks, everybody.
So, and if you're interested, Thelgor, if you have time on Sunday nights, 2.5 hours ago, I don't know what time zone you're in, but we're on Pacific, so it's getting to be 8 o'clock. We start at 5:30, so 2.5 hours ago. I am looking for a couple players, so think about it. Look at the videos, and if it's something you're interested, PM me either here on Twitch. You can also go to the Discord as well. But whatever else you guys do, like, subscribe, all that happiness, and whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say good night, guys.
Later, people. Good night, guys. Are you running? Or should I just do some